Hi, everybody.
Hey.
It's Christine and Tina, ladies of the Lanai. I'm Christine.
I'm Tina.
And welcome. We are out today on a Friends Lanai. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to show you some pictures of it later. And we're going to do a quick Ask a Villager, but make sure you stay tuned for the whole video, because in the second half of the video, we're going to talk about dementia care, which we think is a topic that, unfortunately, most
More
of us
people are dealing with their parents here, and it's a free program, right, at the Village, so we wanted to bring that to people's attention.
Yeah, so in the meanwhile, before we get started, I just want to remind everybody to please, if you like the information that Tina and I bring to you, please make sure you like and subscribe. We really appreciate that very, very much. So, first thing we're going to do is Ask a Villager, but introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Chris Edgar.
And I'm Wendy.
All right. And what is your all marital status?
We're married. We've been married for going on 4 years now.
I would say blissfully happy. Blissfully happily married.
Oh, that's so sweet.
A lot of people say we're in the newlywed stage, but hopefully it just stays this way forever.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. And what village do you guys live in?
We're in Lake Denham.
All right. And are you guys, do you consider yourselves a snowflake, a frog, or a snowbird?
Well, I guess we're frogs.
Yeah, we'd be frogs.
We're full time, so that's
You're
a
here
frog,
till you
right?
croak.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes, definitely frog.
Right. Every time we do it, we get somebody who says, "What's a frog?"
Right.
Tina said it. Here till you croak.
Here till you croak.
Yep. Now, are you guys retired, working, part-time, full-time? What's y'all status?
I am working part-time as a nurse. I took some time off when I first got here, and now I'm getting back into it, a day or two in nursing.
All right.
And I retired from the Air Force in 2012, and then I started working as a contractor. So right now I work as a contractor for a company out of Virginia, and I'm 100% remote, so I get to work here,
Lucky
this
you.
beautiful location. I commutes basically to the office on the other side of the house, and just really enjoying that.
That's fabulous. So, since you do a good amount of work, do you get to go to venues at all, like the squares? Do you get to
Yeah,
go?
we do quite a bit of activities. We still go to the squares for some of the music for the bands that we like. Sometimes in the afternoons on Thursday, Friday, I might sneak in a little round of golf after work. We do pickleball on the weekends, and there's a lot of activities with some of the different social groups that we get to attend.
Do you guys have a favorite venue?
I would say Brownwood's my favorite to go and see shows and dance. And
Yeah.
I like the restaurants there. And then second, Lake Sumter.
All right. Do you have a favorite band?
Well, we used to love Relic.
Wow.
But we want to go see Ferris Bueller or Ferris Deluxe. What are they called?
Who's that?
Yeah, there's one with Ferris Deluxe, Fancy Reagan.
Fancy Reagan. That's
There's
what
no
I'm
one.
thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
Fancy
like, who's
Reagan.
Ferris Deluxe? Who's this new band?
Tina knows all the music. She didn't hear this one.
Fancy Reagan. But
And
we
Studio
like,
77 is really fun. They do a lot of
Yeah.
disco, and I wasn't a big disco fan before, but now that we've been to
But
like
now
a
that
disco
you're
party,
here.
and now that we're here, it's just fun.
yeah, I like Blonde Ambition. I'll go see Rocky and the Rollers. I like it all. Just being outside with your friends, listening to music, having drinks. It's all good.
It really doesn't matter sometimes, does it? Yeah. So, where did you guys live right before you came to the Villages?
We lived in Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay. All right. And how did you first hear about the Villages in the first place?
Well, my dad's lived here for between 15 and 20 years. We really can't get a straight answer out of him, and I've never gone back to look. I can't remember myself, but
Wow.
I've been coming down here for a long time to visit him. And then when Chris and I started visiting before we were married, he said, "Oh my God, that's where we're going to end up." And we were going to build a big house in Simpsonville, but then my mom was down here taking care of him and my brother, and she was like, "Oh, we could use a little bit of extra help," so we said we wouldn't break ground, and then we just put our house up for sale, and here we are. Best thing we ever did. Got here sooner than we wanted to, but we're very, very glad that we made the move.
So, it was a family pull that was the impetus for getting you guys down here, not
Yeah,
that
for
you were
sure.
ready to retire or anything like that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, just be around family and to help them, and then plus my family also lives close in the local area in Sarasota
Oh, nice.
and north of Tampa up in Land O'Lakes.
And your daughters.
And my daughter, moved down from Maryland to come down here.
Wow,
So
that's just perfect, isn't it?
And how have you seen the villages change in the time from when you first started visiting your dad to now? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, the only thing back then was Spanish Springs and Lake Sumter, and those two squares were packed. But there used to be this place called Katie Bell's. It was a
I've
two-store
heard of it.
dancing place that people would go to afterwards, and the dance floor would be down on the bottom and everybody would be up on the top looking down. And that was really neat. I don't know what happened to that, but that was different. And then just like how Eastport is now, all of this construction, the waves have been incredible over the years. Stuff that wasn't there just all of a sudden is, it's just amazing. The engineering feat behind the villages blows my mind.
Yeah, it's a civil engineer's dream or a city planner's dream to
Right.
work here, right? Now, you live in Lake Denham. Why did you choose Lake Denham?
Well, we first came down, we were looking for a new build. We did look at some of the older houses up in the northern part, but we really wanted a new construction. And we toured about a year and a half before we moved down with our agent, and he toured us in some of the new areas at that time, which was, Case and Hammock and some of the other areas close by. And we just kind of fell in love because down here it feels more like you're in the suburbs. You have that really kind of smaller neighborhood feel.
That's a good way to explain
Yeah,
it.
but you're still close enough to everything else. Like 20 minutes in a golf cart to get to Brownwood.
Yeah.
And then we got Eastport that's opening up. It's going to be 15, 20 minutes away. So we feel like we're kind
I
of
love that.
now we're more of an central hub to get to those areas, but we still have that quiet, small suburban feel.
Not the cross traffic and all that other
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
And we
that's a
kind
great
of
way
feel
to-
like someday this will be very close to the center, depending on what they
As they
continue.
keep
as
building
they keep
down?
building.
Yeah.
Down to Orlando.
Who knows where it's going to end up?
Yeah. So we're just going to get into some of your favorite things. Who has the best pizza? And if you don't have a favorite, just say, we don't care for that thing.
Paisanos.
Yeah, I was going to say
Paisanos.
Paisanos is one of our favorites.
Okay. If you were going to go for dinner to splurge, where would you go?
And it can be in or out of the bubble, but nearby.
I like the chop house in the villages.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. We also like the Bohemian in Orlando.
The
Oh, that's for
Bohemian.
brunch.
Yeah.
That's for brunch.
Yeah,
That was
for
going to be
brunch
my
dinner.
next question. It's okay. Bohemians for brunch. All right.
We like to do the 5-course wine pairing dinners at the Brownwood. At the chef's kitchen.
Oh, and
yeah.
I just saw
Yeah.
that. They have a chef's kitchen.
Yeah, they'll bring in a certain winemaker and tailor the menu to it, and it's been very good so far.
Do you have what's your recommendation for airport transportation?
We just drive.
Friends and family, or just drive and park. I always just drive and park there.
A lot of people seem to be driving now.
Yeah,
We're so close to the turnpike
we
here.
are closer. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so close.
And there's some satellite parking services you can use down there that make it cheaper if you're looking to save some costs. But
Yeah, we've done the hotel. It's like $99 to stay overnight, park your car, and then
Yeah,
the
then
shuttle.
you're
If you have an
relaxed.
early morning
Yeah.
flight and you don't want to go like 4 in the morning, you're already in Orlando.
Right.
Yeah.
And you never know what could happen on the turnpike, right?
exactly.
Pike. That's a Massachusetts word. What's your favorite? Do you guys golf?
Oh
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Do you have a
Oh, yes.
favorite course, whether it's championship or executive? Either way, do you have a favorite?
I think our most favorite that we like to play a lot is Gray Fox.
Really?
It's kind
We
of
love it.
close here, and then you feel like you're back in the woods and nature, and they've got the bridges and
bridges.
the swamp and the forest and everything there. So you kind of get that secluded feel when you're golfing out there, and it's nice
Do
and
you
quiet.
do executive and championship?
We do.
We do.
Yeah. We just recently played Evans Prairie. I'm so excited for the one with Kilimanjaro.
Havana.
Havana's getting redone.
Yeah, that's one of
Yeah,
my favorites.
I can't wait to
That
see
seems
that.
to be a favorite of a few
yeah.
people.
Kilimanjaro
Yeah.
Hill number 9 on Kilimanjaro is
So
my
pretty.
favorite hole in the whole villages. Yeah. Do you guys have a favorite activity, or is it golf, or do you have another favorite activity?
Pickleball. Definitely pickleball.
Is
This kind of
it?
takes
Do
up
you
most of our
play as a
time.
team or individually?
We did this weekend. We played in a King Kong tournament, and we made it to the finals for a silver medal. And that was our first tournament together. We played 4 hours in the scorching heat.
Holy
Yeah.
moly!
Hot.
It was really
Wow.
We play well together.
fun. Yeah,
That's
we just have
great.
fun.
Great. Do you belong to any clubs at all?
Not really any clubs per se.
The 50-something group,
Oh yeah, for
Monday
my club.
Maniacs, Ladies of Lake Denham.
Nice.
I'm in with the Bridge Club here.
wow.
I play
Yep.
a lot of bridge.
also the South of 60.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot. Okay. Golf cart question: gas or electric?
Electric.
All right.
100%.
But I will caveat, lithium ion 205 amp hour battery or bigger.
Yeah, because it'll get you a 70 to an 80-mile range, and you just plug it in right in your garage with regular plugs. So
I think
nothing
a lot of
special.
people would like to know that specific information because they're concerned that they can't get from like the southern area, like say Sawgrass to Spanish Springs. Could you get
Oh,
there
Oh yeah.
And
We
back.
went to the
And
polo
come
fields.
back.
and back?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we-
went
And you
to the
have how much left?
Still have anywhere from a quarter to a half left.
Fine,
Yeah.
you could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to the polo fields for tailgating in our golf cart from here,
Yeah.
which is about as far north as you can go.
Yeah.
Came back and we still had plenty. We
Yeah.
still had another
So
40 miles to go.
okay, so good tip.
And down here, there's no gas stations close by, so you'd really have to be thinking about your gas. Like you'd have to keep extra gas in your garage. There's no gas stations around here.
Do you have a favorite place to take visitors?
Edna's.
Yeah,
Yeah, and this is really, really
special, right?
Every time I'm over there, I'm like, if people, when people do come down to visit, that's where we like to take them. Just because it's got the feel, you got the golf courses, it's outside, and then
Do-
any of the squares.
Sorry, do your respective children come like you used to come when you were younger, or?
My son is has just graduated from high school, and he thinks we're all a bunch of old people down here. And he's not really sporty, so
He hasn't
just-
come
he
and
just
gone to
doesn't
like
get
the
it.
squares or anything and
he's
listen to
he's
music?
like
Yeah, he's been down
very
here.
shy. He's
Oh.
not really into
You
it.
have a shy child?
I do.
I know, right? You never think.
Yeah. They're different. It's a different generation. But I have a feeling once he goes through college, then he's going to think, oh, yeah, my mom's cool. And then I'll have a girlfriend and bring her down, and it'll be different.
Yeah, like come to my mom's house down in Florida in
Yeah.
a hot tub and pools everywhere and all that good stuff, right?
Right.
Do you have any secrets about the villages that you'd like to share? Like something you think everybody might know about?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know any secrets. You probably know more secrets because you're out a lot more these days.
Well, I kind of like Bargains and Blessings, the thrift store.
That's a good secret.
It is really one of my favorites. I like to get out and do that. And other secrets, I can't really think of too many. If you're going to make a reservation for golf, don't like wait until it gets posted. Go out and make a request. Then you're way more likely to get your your tee time and your course.
It's a struggle sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to learn it. It just takes a second.
That's a great.
But when people say, "Oh, how did you get that tea time?" I'm like, "It's so easy."
I just made a reservation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can never get a tea time. They said people say I can never get a tea time, but that's because they don't do it 7 days ahead.
Yeah.
They wanted to go. Oh, let's play today. Can I play? No, you have to make a tea time ahead of time. Yeah, good tip. That's a really good tip. Do you have any advice for making friends?
I think the biggest thing is just look around for your different clubs that are available in your neighborhood, plus some of the different clubs for specific age groups. That's where we've met most of our friends. In fact, that's where we met you guys from. The 50-somethings group in the Villages is fantastic, and you get to just be around a bunch of people that have your same interests and experiences, same age, and there's tons of, everybody in the group's amazing. Just met so many wonderful people through the Facebook groups, the different community groups.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to put yourself out there if it's just an interest that you have that you're not going to know anybody going in there. You're going to, the faces will become familiar, and it takes a little bit of ice breaking and a little bit of getting comfortable, but it's not that hard to do.
Do you
And they're in
belong
the
to like a bridge club, and so the first time you went in, you didn't know anybody, and
Yeah, it's
that
kind
kind
of
of
play it. You play it on a level. Like first, you have to take lessons, and then you play with people that have under 50 master points, and then you graduate up to higher levels.
right. But that's how you can make friends by going to
Right.
different.
Yeah, even if
things
you
like
don't
that.
have a partner, they'll find you a partner. There's lists.
So here's a question for you guys. You'll never believe it, but before I came to the Villages, I
I didn't think I was going to like golf.
Oh,
You didn't
that's
think
so
you were going to like golf?
I didn't think I was going to like golf. I'd
Wow,
only played a
I
handful
love
of times in my life, and I was actually kind of concerned because that's such a big draw here. And I was like, well, what if I really don't like golf? That's going to kind of suck. But then after I started playing a little bit, we went to the pitch and putt, went to the driving range, and I got addicted pretty fast.
Another great
yeah.
tip from Mark. All right.
Something about me.
Something that we would never believe it, but before you came here,
I went to Tampa Downs Casino and the racetracks, and I entered a Texas Hold'em tournament with a table of 12 people, and I was the only girl in there, and I was wearing like a neon green cowboy hat and sunglasses.
Were they mirrored?
Yeah. And I bluffed and I played aggressive, and people didn't know what to make of me, and I ended up getting second place at the table.
wow. That's awesome.
Superstar.
I don't even know I don't know about gambling much, so you got anything?
I'm not a gambler.
We don't got any follow-up questions, but good for you.
Go, Wendy, go.
And you really wish that the Villages had?
One website to go to make all these, like when you have to, join pickleball or join events or
Yeah.
whatever, it just seems like tea times. It seems like it could be a little bit more streamlined instead of WhatsApp and all these groups that we have to go, all these apps we have to go to participate
And
in
websites.
things.
There's the Villages Entertainment, and there's
Uh-huh.
Villages.com, and the Villages.net, and there's
Yeah.
Golf the Villages. And I think they're working on that.
I
'cause
think Chris knows somebody who's working on
It's,
it.
it's gonna
Yeah, they're
get-
working on putting the tea time into the Villages app. That was one of the last things we heard.
It would be nice if it,
Whoa.
yeah, if it was just an app instead of having to go on the website to do it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more.
You know,
Yeah.
What about
big
you?
time.
Anything you wish they had that they don't?
I wish they had one decent dance club / bar evening type of place that you could go to that's
After
not
hours.
after hours place.
do you think
just,
Eastport will bring that?
it's possible if they have it set up that way. Because I know they're putting the restaurants in there, Prime and Ember, and some
I
other
know,
stuff there. So
I
that'd be nice.
can't wait for that one. What about in the surrounding? Is there anywhere you guys go dancing? Like, is there
we don't like to leave the
Leesburg
bubble.
or? Oh,
Yeah.
Wendy's like, we don't like to leave the bubble.
It's
We go to
dangerous
Orlando,
out there.
Ocala. I like to go to Claremont
Danger,
sometimes, but yeah, we haven't ventured out to Dirty South Saloon and some of the other places that we've heard about as much because, like I said, we are pretty busy on the weekends with the different groups and the golf and the pickleball, and then during the week we're usually just here and enjoying the Villages. So we'll start
Do you
venturing out
dance
there
at the
soon.
square?
Yes, yes.
For sure.
Dance in the square, we dance in the
like,
pool.
Yes, they
He's
dance
a-
in the pool.
He's a great dancer.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky.
But then if there was a place and it was outside, then you'd have to worry about driving home
Yeah.
after, a night
Right.
of whatever, revelry.
So
But-
we really need a place here.
And we
Yeah,
did
we
place
do.
here.
We do need an after
City
hours.
Fire is open until
City
11.
Fire's the place
It is.
to go.
But
yeah.
that's as good as it gets
I
right
heard
now.
Yeah.
somebody told me, but I don't know how valid it is, but they heard that there was going to be a city fire at Eastport.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll see.
We'll
Could be.
see.
You just need a
All
bigger
right.
dance floor.
Yes, I know. It's very. It's like this big,
Great.
and you're all like. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the end of Ask a Villager, and Tina's got some questions about.
So now we're gonna, because you guys have experience with your father who has dementia, but there's an organization in the Villages called Dementia Care Coordination Program, DCC, and you wanted to bring some awareness to that. So can you tell us kind of exactly what it is?
Yeah, I started noticing that my dad's memory was, failing, and it was kind of in the early stages. And then his doctor called me one day, and she said, I really think that you need to attend all of his doctor's appointments with him because he's not remembering to update the medications. He's missing appointments, so she requested that a family member comes.
How old was he?
He's 84, and he's in the very beginning stages of it.
So was that just recently in the last couple of years, or was it this
It's
10
been
years
coming.
ago?
It's such a slow progression for him.
Mm-hmm.
But then she said, there's a nurse in my village's health system that runs a program called the Dementia Caregiver. Well, I forget what it's called. Dementia
Care
De-
Coordination
Dementia-
Program.
Dementia
Dementia
Care and Coordination Program, and it's free. And they've Melissa Denham is the nurse that runs it, and she's served over 1,400 families and helped over 1,400 families so far in the villages. She put it together.
And she started it in 2017, so it has some legs to it, but it's still new. And the kind of programs that they offer, there was something the brain gym groups.
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, it's a 2-part program. One is for the caregivers and one is for the patient. And the caregivers, they go and well, let me just answer your question about what the brain gym is. They go in their meeting, and then the patients or the people that actually have dementia, they go to the brain gym and they do things that help with their coordination and their memory, sensory exercises, things that help them just to exercise their brain, just what
Right.
it sounds like, exercises for your brain.
Right. But so the whole thing about the DCC, we'll
Okay.
abbreviate it,
Okay.
like that.
is that they allow those dealing with dementia to also meet others who are facing. So whether you're the person, the family, the caregiver, the whatever, so you can have other people. And one of the things I guess they stress is the importance for the caregiver to have self-care, because it's a lot, right?
It
It's
is.
a lot, no matter
if
what
you-
your role in it is.
If you don't take care of yourself, you are not healthy enough to take care of that person. And part of taking care of yourself in order to be healthy enough is to recognize your limits and to ask for help. And there's a lot of different resources available to people who are doing the caregiving, to get people maybe to come into their house for respite care, or ask family members, just so that you can go out and spend some time with your friends and not lose yourself
Right.
in all of this, or just be so anxious. So part of it is learning how to balance that and to ask for help.
So your mom moved here to help take care of your dad, and then so your mom, you, your brother, and father all live here in separate homes.
Right, right.
And so is there kind of like a schedule of who goes to visit who or check on who, and,
Yeah, and
or
we're-
take them to appointments?
Yeah, and we're all super flexible with that. We just realized that that's the number one priority, is to make sure that they're getting taken care of. But
I was going to say, well, the first signs that you had, so if it's someone's like, oh, my parent or my whoever, my spouse, like, how would you, as a non-clinical or not being a professional, how would I determine, or like say, should I be checking?
It's time.
with-
Yeah, because we're already
already
forgetful.
forgetful
We're already
myself.
forgetful, right? So how do you know when it's time to?
it's funny, like it just sort
What
of.
were the signs for you besides the doctor telling you should check
Well,
this
we
out?
had all been noticing it, and then we'd run it past each other and we'd say, did you realize they said that so many times, or they asked that question, or, I called them and then they called me right back 15 minutes later and didn't even remember that we talked. It's just, it's
not just like
It's not
leaving
like-
your keys
Yeah,
in the
or
refrigerator.
forgetting somebody's name that you've already met 5
Yeah.
times.
Right.
Yeah, it's like noticeable short-term memory loss of certain things, like mainly forgetting that you spoke to somebody, or that you just told them a story, or they just talked to you about some details, and being repetitive, in a short time frame, like in the same day or same evening, saying the same thing multiple times. And
Right.
yeah.
that's kind of like
Those
the,
are the
beginning stages.
beginning.
And what are some of the challenges you guys have faced, helping in the care of a dementia patient?
I would say getting that patient on board, realizing that there really is a problem, because they
They're
don't,
resistant?
they can't
They don't
remember.
know.
accept
They don't have
it.
the
Oh,
awareness.
okay.
They
you
don't have the
can't
awa-
remember what you don't remember.
Do they, yeah,
Oh.
so they don't even
Yeah.
have the awareness that they have a
Right.
problem.
No, and like they just are like, no, not me, I'm fine. And they'll say the same things to themselves. I'm pretty good about taking my meds.
And I
I
think-
make all my appointments. Well, no, you don't.
You don't, and you don't do it.
And I think
Yeah.
patience is really super important, and understanding what position they're in, because they don't remember the things. So one of the things she shared with me when she came back from one of the sessions at the DCC, was, when you have somebody that is having dementia, you don't want to correct them all the time and tell them, I told you this,
Right.
I'm repeating this to you because, and it really hit me hard. It's like, they're going to remember how you treated them at the good times, and you don't want to make them feel bad,
Yeah,
going on. And as dementia progresses, it's obviously going to get, worse. But you don't want to continuously remind this person that
Yeah.
something's wrong and they're failing at something. You just
Right.
want to just go with the flow, let them repeat things, be
And don't
very
get
patient with them,
frustrated
don't get
because they
frustrated.
forgot what you already
Right.
just said to them. And my mother would fantasize that she had a boyfriend, but there really was no boyfriend. But they told us not to say, "Mom, you don't have a boyfriend."
That's so
Yeah, just be
true.
like,
Did
"I
you
hope
go,
he's doing
and
it
how was
good."
Fred today?
I
Yeah.
did.
Exactly
I
right.
did. I did have to do that. It
Because
was
they'll remember the happy times versus
you just be
Yeah.
happy
the
about
bad
it.
times.
Yeah.
But along that lines, what are some of the most helpful tips that you've learned from DCC?
The community resources that are available. There's even like a scent thing you can get from the DNA, or that you get from the sheriff's department. You can rub some of their DNA on a
Oh, I
thing,
think
and
I've
then
seen
if they
that, yeah.
wander,
If you
the
go to
dogs
the Sumter
will
website.
be able to.
Wow.
Find
And it's a
Um,
free service.
Yeah, that
Totally
that was
free.
pretty neat. And then there was one thing where they did a sensory, and I'm not supposed to give out any information about this other than just tell you a little bit about it because she wants people to experience it, so I'm not going to give it away. But they made like a little lab that you would walk through that made you feel like you had dementia, so you could put yourself.
I can't even imagine what that is.
Brings like chills to me
Aw.
thinking about what
What
what,
it
what it's
feels
like.
like.
What it's like.
Interesting.
Wow.
And what surprised you most about the caregiving? Like you weren't expecting, or the challenges that you've had. But what has surprised you?
Just how much you have to take advantage of when the person is in the mild stage to get them to make decisions about their future for financial planning
Yeah.
and for looking at independent living, so that hopefully when
You
the
have
time
to plan
comes,
far ahead.
you
Mhm.
really
now.
you have to make sure all their paperwork is in place. If you're a husband and a wife and the wife doesn't have dementia but the husband does, and she says he's my healthcare power of attorney, you got to change that because somebody who has dementia can't be making decisions for you.
All right.
You've got to get that changed, and people don't
Right.
think about that.
And I'm sorry, earlier on, did you say this was part of the village's healthcare system, or is this outside of
It's right here.
part of it?
Part of the
So
village's
you
health.
have to be in the network of the village's healthcare system. You can't have your own doctor in.
I can
somewhere
give
else.
you the information to. Well, it sounds
Well,
like you've got it.
We'll put it.
But I think there can be people that attend
I
that
think
are
it
outside
said
of
there
it.
was an article from the Sun, I think from like a year ago or something, but it said that they're now like taking some people outside of it. I don't know what the restrictions are, but maybe they're extending it out. But has your relationship with your father changed since this has happened and since you've moved here to help with that?
It's sweeter now that I can give a little bit back to him that he gave me all my life. Didn't feel like I was able to give back to my dad in a way that was meaningful to him before, but now I feel like what I'm doing is really important, and I'm glad that I can be there for him.
Was he like a very powerful man, like a powerful in your life?
Yeah,
So
yeah. He was always, to me, the smartest man in the room. He ran companies, was always the president. So to see this, it breaks your heart because it's a big change. It's a big
Right.
change.
and how has the experience changed you as a person, or both of you, or your family?
I think just the dynamic is that we actually get to spend more time with family because she usually goes over once a week and helps sort out the medications in the different boxes and make sure everything's being taken the way it's supposed to. Plus, she also uses that day to like spend time and go play golf or have lunch. So in that aspect, it's actually increased our family time because we really need to talk with each other and coordinate things. Versus just seeing everybody once in a while. It's more of a once a week schedule where we get to see people, and
Yeah.
that's been nice. Positive aspect of it.
What do you wish that people understood more about dementia?
I think that there's different stages of it is important. There's beginning, middle, and
What's the
late
difference between
stage.
dementia and Alzheimer's?
As far as I
Good
can
question.
tell, it's
Pretty much the same.
Is
all
it? I don't
lumped
know.
under the same thing. And I think maybe the only way that they can determine the difference is, MRI scans and something to do with the different cell makeup. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
That's a very good question.
Okay.
But I think that
But we asked the
You're
same
a nurse.
question.
No, I'm kidding.
We Googled the same thing and it
Yeah.
kept lumping them both
I
together,
know.
saying it's just
I
really
use them
almost the same.
interchangeably, but I
Yeah.
don't know if that's
Yeah.
correct or not.
Yeah, because there's already some pre-existing, or it seems like it's been Alzheimer's Association and Alzheimer's research seems to be more prevalent and around for longer, and dementia seems to come later on. It feels like, but yeah, when I agree, I don't know the difference, and you see people in the nursing homes where my mom was, and it just seems like aging of the brain, and you know, sometimes they get angry, but that's with one or the other.
That
Later
was going to be one of the
stages.
other
That's
things
later
I said. Like,
stages.
is that
They get
something
agitated
prepare
and
you for?
angry.
Mhm.
Change of
Do they-
personality
Does
almost.
DCC so what they do is when you come in as a patient or a family, you like you said you go. It's like several weeks, right? You go through a program and they go through a program, and then do they say these are kind of the things that may happen? Because you always hear that someone with dementia or Alzheimer's, they can become angry, and I'm sure they're scared and afraid, and you're angry. I can't remember something, but you know.
Yeah, they prepare you for that. They discuss the different stages of what those mean, and typically the anger and confusion is a little bit later in the stage, and it's understandable. But the way they explain it, it kind of helps you make sense of it. That if this person's really confused about things and can't make sense of things, it's very frustrating to them, and it's just really important to understand that they're not lashing out at you, and to have that patience to be able to be that mediator and to try and calm the situation down, not argue with them about things because it just doesn't help, but be patient and just try and help them through it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say one of my friends in New York, her mom has dementia, and she said when she went through a training or workshop, whatever program, and they told her her mom would call and say, I'm in this, I don't know where I am. I'm in this room, and my friend's at work. I'm scared, she goes, okay, Mom, if you look straight ahead, do you see the dresser? That's great. You're in your room. When you look to the left, do you and talk to them,
Reorient them,
Yes,
yeah.
reorient them,
That's a
things
great
like
idea.
that. And how has it been just community-wise? Because I know there are other friends I have here who have talked about they're dealing with parents with dementia. I don't know if it's the same program, but there's something once a week that someone takes their mother to, and they dress up in different different theme parties of stuff, but just having the support of other people going through the same thing.
Yeah.
That's your age, it's not that it's my spouse, but it's my parent, and it seems more prevalent now. How has that
Yeah.
been?
Well, I know who you're talking about, and I think that that's great if they are here already and they can help get that person to that activity to engage them like that. But I would say if you don't live here and your parents live here and you're starting to notice some things, maybe just look and see if they're okay by themselves, or
Yeah.
if you kind of need to help out a little bit.
But having other people in the community to talk to and say, oh, are you experiencing this with your parent? I'm going through this. That's been really,
yeah.
DCC's been good. Besides just noticing it with a friend, but they've been able to connect you with other people.
Yeah,
Yep.
and you do a lot of talking in the 9-week course that you go through. That I was
And is
telling
there
you about.
do you meet once a month or
She has
to do stuff?
she has continuing classes that you can go to.
It sounds like she's doing a great job.
She's doing a great job.
Fantastic
Go,
job.
Melissa.
And it's also helpful just to see, there's other people out there, but to actually be with some of those people and to kind of share your experiences, with other fellow family members. It helps you feel like, okay, we're not alone in this situation. There's other people dealing with this. And it makes you feel like there's a lot of other people that can help out. So it is good for both sides.
Yeah, you probably learn techniques and just ways to deal with things, because you have somebody that's dealing with it, you can bounce it off of. Yeah, just like so many other things. Well, we'll have the links to all the information on this group, the website and all that. We'll put it in the description below. Yeah.
Yeah, I think unless you have anything else you want to
anything else you want to add that we might not have covered
about the
'cause,
villages,
like,
about dementia, about.
we
I
don't
know you guys
know.
love living here. You've said
Yeah.
that, and you got your dream job. You said you're going to be
Yes.
starting your dream job, and
The new Encompass Health on Warm Springs and Megason. It's a rehabilitation So neuro, stroke, ortho patients that need a little step before they go home. That's what we're for, getting people better.
That's that big giant building on the
Beautiful.
corner of,
State of
is
the
it
art.
Megacin?
Yeah,
Megacin
and
and Warm
Warm
Springs.
Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big, all rehab.
Yeah, we kept driving by it under construction, and she kept going, I wonder what that place is. I wonder what it is. It looks like a medical place.
It looks like a hospital. It's
yeah,
so
it looked
big,
like a
but it's
hospital,
a
and then she
rehab
kept saying, I want to work
hospital.
there. And sure enough,
And now
That's
She got
great.
it.
Yay.
Yep.
Yay. So when is that going to be open? Do you know?
They're getting their certificate of occupancy coming up pretty soon, and I start August 4th.
Wow, coming up.
That's soon.
I think by the time this goes up,
And
you might be at work.
It's in phases. It's in phases. They're going to open with X number of beds, and then they're going to finish construction, then open another 40 beds or whatever. So
Fabulous.
it's going to, yep.
Okay. Interesting.
All right.
Amazing.
So I guess that's all we have for now for you guys
so
today.
much. That was fun.
Thank you so much for doing Ask a Villager with us, but especially for all you brought forward regarding the DCC. Like we all know that. Well, if we're not dealing with it, you'll be dealing with it, or I'll be dealing with it, and so many people would love to hear about the resources that we have here. So thanks very much. And once again, if you like what we're bringing to you today, Tina and I work pretty hard at finding things that we hope you like, and we hope you like what we brought with you today. And if you do, please love us back in the way of likes, ding, subscribe, ding. And sorry it's a little long, but sometimes this stuff is pretty important. There's no way to shorten it.
Right.
So thanks for hanging in with us today.
And we'll have a beautiful Lanai little short video at the end.
oh, yeah,
And
that's
maybe
right.
the kitchen.
Cool.
Of this model,
thanks for
which is
coming.
a
Yeah,
Mockingbird with a stretch.
mockingbird with a stretch. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. I should ask. So this is the office. What did we say this model was? Mockingbird that was stretched. So this is the living room. And then the lanai that we were just out on. The beautiful dining area. The kitchen. Pretty black splash. And then this is what I like. I like this a lot. It's beautiful.